Recently, I finished another playthrough of Insomniac's Spider-Man, and I had a great time. Starting from scratch again and slowly relearning all the moves that I had in the endgame of my last 100% save, only to do it all over again, was strangely rewarding considering it's about the 5th time I've played through the entire game. And after I finished, I logged onto the hellscape that is twitter.com to be greeted with a tweet from FaZe Sway saying, and I quote, "What ruined gaming?" Now, I'm sure Mr. Sway is a calm and reasonable person, and someone who just wishes to express his feelings of disappointment with modern games that he tends to enjoy, which is all fair enough. However, this is, at the same time, one of the goddamn dumbest tweets I've ever seen. I've seen this point raised about 50 billion times by 50 billion people who all have a clan tag in their name, and every time it baffles me even more. In this video I want to discuss the comment of gaming slowly getting worse as time goes on, and try to analyze if that statement holds any water at all. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Now, to offer an argument in favor of gaming getting worse, have multiplayer games in recent years gotten worse? Yes. Yeah, I'd rather just be put down than have to play another game of Ultimate Team. Call of Duty has been between being good in short, measured doses or genuinely an unplayable game, and seemingly every game nowadays tries to put in multiplayer elements, like Square Enix. My god, why in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce did you decide to make so much Battle Pass and grind style elements involved in the gameplay in an Avengers game? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Pew! 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 Instead, just focused on making, an enjoyable single-player experience with the most iconic team in superheroes, maybe you would have had a success on your hands, but no. Now you have to shut the game down about a year and a half into its life cycle when you're expecting it to be a long-term games-as-a-service model, instead of just focusing on making a good single-player game, because you did that with Guardians of the Galaxy the same year, but because you had such bad faith from consumers, no one bought the game, even though it's a good game. Now, I personally never heard of or know who FaZe Sway is. I tend to find that they just find random people and stick FaZe in front of their name, and that kind of tends to be how the organization is run nowadays. But I do think his comment was more so directed at Fortnite, and to be honest, when you're looking at Fortnite, it makes even less sense as to what he was even talking about. Maybe you don't enjoy solos, and that's fine. I don't play solo Fortnite that awful much. I don't play much solo multiplayer games that much. However, Fortnite has reached this level of being just the funniest video game ever created. That, once you're playing with your friends, it just is the best multiplayer game ever. It's just because you treat it super seriously. I know with a lot of these people, it's because they're pro players and they need to take it seriously and be the best because it's their job, but I feel like you can do that and have fun at the same time. Not everything needs to be about your KD or whatever you're taking into account when playing Fortnite. I don't know, builds per minute? I don't know what you're even thinking about. I think with these multiplayer games, so many people, even when they're not professional players, take them so seriously to the point where it just ruins any and all playability that they could get out of the game, and overall it makes the developers take steps to actively make their games worse. Everyone and their mother wants a grind-style multiplayer games-as-a-service model game, and the gaming industry saw that 5 years ago, and nowadays every game has that grind style mentality. Why do I have to unlock every single conceivable gun in Modern Warfare and attachments for random guns, instead of just having a gun that I'm actively using and unlocking attachments by ranking that one up? Why, Activision, why do you need to make everything so complicated and backwards? So I need to grind the game for 25 to life in order to play the game. Why do I even bother? Why don't I just go fuck? The biggest problem that Fortnite ever made for the rest of the gaming industry was making people feel as though they had to be constantly spoon-fed content 24/7, which Fortnite doesn't even do anymore. FIFA and Call of Duty are two games that have dedicated fan bases, but my god, I could not, you cannot motivate me to care enough to grind out a game with entirely boring customizable items just so that in 12 months I'll go and spend 70 quid and get a whole new video game with different boring attachments and boring customizables compared to Fortnite, which is constantly being updated, and I still have my John Cena skin. FIFA and Call of Duty used to be games that thrived off an ability to allow their audiences to make their own content, be it wagers, 1v1s, custom lobbies, whatever. But now it feels like if you're going to do anything, Activision is going to kick down your door and send the Pinkerton Detective Agency with Agent Milton.
This is Agent Milton with the Pinkerton Detective Agency.
Already?
On behalf of Cornwall, Kerosene and Tar, the United States government.
So if multiplayer games aren't as good as they used to be, doesn't that technically make Phase Sway right? That gaming has been ruined by developers that are looking to make as much money as possible through microtransactions and trying to make people sit and play their game for eons so that maybe they can get a red dot for their, I don't know, what gun even is there in Modern Warfare? I don't even know the gun I actively use when I'm playing the game. Are you stupid? By the way, for that argument. Oh, isn't Phase Sway right? No. Obviously he isn't. We're living in an age where developers are creating some of the best single player content going right now. We got Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok in the same year last year. They were the two biggest games of the year. A new open world 3D Zelda came out like less than 2 months ago, and it was the best thing ever. Don't even tell me it wasn't. You've definitely played it or at least seen it. It is awesome. For God's sake, on the same day in October, just some random Friday, we're going to get Spider-Man 2 and a new 2D Mario game. Complaining with blanket statements like, oh, gaming is getting worse, is such a stupid statement in an age where we are being blessed with this level of game, AAA game, coming out semi-consistently. And if you're not willing to fork over 70 quid every couple of months for a new AAA game, then, I don't know, look on the indie market. TikToks showed me this brilliant game of Gibbons. There's a load of Gibbons. It's on PS5. Like, go play that, man. Hey, dip into the retro market. I've recently started collecting PS3 games and set my Wii back up in the living room. There are so many games on this old thing that are going for peanuts. If you pop into your local CEX, or sex as the gamers call it, and you just go and you make sure that the game you're going to buy doesn't have any lingering, long COVID level diseases, then you can find something cool. I've started playing through BioShock recently for the first time, and the world has genuinely got me really invested. I'm really interested in seeing the world building that's going on. Its mechanics are pretty good. Only problem is I have to play with a PS5 controller because the PS3 controller is made out of wet cardboard, and my one is also broken because I've had it for 10 plus years. And also I'm trying to get used to non-PS5 graphics, but we'll get there. If you need a dose of nostalgia, your Wii is right there. Don't tell me you don't have one. Look under your couch cushions, like Scott the Woz once said. It's probably there. And just go play New Super Mario Bros. Wii again. Or Mario Galaxy. Or Twilight Princess. Or hell, Wii Sports if you just want something simple. To say what ruined gaming as though it's a blanket statement and everyone shares this belief that gaming is bad now. Especially when I see some dumbass, empty-headed fucking dumb fucks with a clang tag go on Twitter and claim that the gaming industry is in the bin. Sorry, that was a CM Punk reference. I just felt the need to make it. I don't actually hate Phase Sway as much as this video has come across like I do. Gaming is in a very healthy spot at the moment, and seeing this sentiment be so widespread just makes zero sense to me. If you feel as though gaming is, quote, ruined because you're playing the same 3 games every year like FIFA or Call of Duty and you're not finding it good anymore, then I beg you just go to a physical shop and maybe just pick up a new game that you could enjoy. Or just pick Minecraft back up. You can easily knock a few weeks out of that again. Don't tell me you can't.